Hi everybody, welcome back to another week of workouts, and this just happens to be the first in a series of 4 weeks where we're going to be building off of the preparatory work that we've been doing. So all of that great work that we've been doing over the last several months, we're going to increase the challenges. So we're going to be increasing the number of repetitions that we're performing, as well as working with some of the movements that we've already been doing, but increasing the challenges of those. So a few pieces of information that we're going to take care of just to kind of get it out of the way. And don't worry, I'll repeat this moving forward, but we're going to need 4 pieces of equipment for the next 4 weeks. So that being, we're going to need our square on the floor. We're going to be using that for our footwork drills. We are going to be needing our sliders for several exercises. We're going to be using our tubing at hip height or chest height. If you're using a door, you can always move it up just a little bit. However, my anchor point is fixed at hip height. So that, and we're going to be using our towels. So there's going to be some work that we're going to be doing from the deadlift position, and we're going to be using the towel for some tension through our upper back and shoulders, so to help with our posture. That also for sweat, and also our water. So if you have all of those things handy, you're ready to get started. And we're going to start with our lunge sequence. However, this week, instead of going with both hands, why don't we just switch it up a little and go with one arm? And what that's going to look like is we're going to use just the one arm up. So I'm going to work with my opposite arm to leg, and as we swing back, we're going to swing that same arm. All right, so we're going to go 4 on one side, 4 on the other. And again, as always, I'm going to stand sideways. I just have a little more room to work with here. And let's go 4. So I'm going to step left, I'm going to swing right, and I'm going to step back left and swing right. Great. And that's 2. Three. And 4. Great. Switching to the other side. And stepping back, reaching down. 3. And 4. Great. All right. Now, we have our lateral lunges with our reach. This time, when we reach, as we step, we're going to step and we're going to take our same side arm and we're going to throw it overhead as we go. All right? So just going to do that 4 times. So step, reach, great. Let's take that back the other side. So I'm going to step, reach my opposite arm across, or sorry, same side arm opposite, overhead and back. That's 2, 3, and 4. All right, shaking that out. We are going to stick with our squats to our heel raise. So if you remember, we're just going to have our arms out in front. We're going to sit down, come up, and onto our toes. All right, for 8. Sitting down, up onto our toes. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Great. Now, we've been doing our single leg balance, which really requires us to have control. So hopefully we've built on that. And without any support, however, if you do need support, please use it. We're gonna go with a little bit of a leg swing. Okay, so just put your hands on your hips. We're gonna swing that leg forward and back. And we're gonna do that 10 times each way, all right? So, load that left side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Switching sides. Plant that balance leg. Get that weight loaded. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you need to foot down, obviously, we're going to do that. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. All right, shaking that out. Let's do a little running on the spot for 30 seconds. And if you get bored of running on the spot, you can perhaps do some circles. If you've got some room, we can backpedal a little. You can do a little boxer shuffle. All right, shake it out. Let's grab a little water. And we'll get ready for our sequence. Okay, now, what we're gonna be doing moving forward is we're gonna have our sequence of first 4 movements, exercises, and then in many cases, those are gonna switch up through the second set. All right, so we're gonna be building within the workout on the movements that we've done previously. So be prepared for that. It's gonna be a little of a challenge. However, I'd like to also let you know that if there is an exercise that is just a little too challenging for you, let's always go back to the one that we did successfully. All right, and then we'll slowly work to improve our ability to take on those next challenges. So the first one, we're going to use our box, and we're just going to load inside, out, and in 10 times. So that's 1. All right, so we're going to do 10. We're going to take 5-10 seconds rest, and then we're going to do another set of 10. All right, so here we go. Nice and loaded. Everything's ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. And shaking it out. You got caught on the rubber there. And so what we're looking to do is try and keep that upper body nice and still, core tight. We don't want to be too saggy, so getting ready, load, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. All right, everybody, great stuff. Okay, so that towel that I was speaking of earlier, we're gonna need it. We're gonna be doing a deadlift. We're gonna use our towels to have a little bit of tension through our upper back and shoulder. So we're gonna be just looking to pull that towel apart. And if you do pull your towel apart, my goodness, you're either very strong or we need a new towel. So what we're gonna be doing is those hands are gonna be about hip width apart. Okay, maybe just slightly outside of that. Our feet are also going to be hip width apart. And the deadlift is a very technical exercise. So these are a few pointers that I'm going to give you to hopefully help with that. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to sit down. All right, and as we do that, we're not going to sit too low. We don't want to be too far down. We don't want our knees below, or sorry, our hips below our knees. One thing we want is we want our hips between our knees and shoulders. So we don't want our shoulders over. We want our hips between our knees and shoulders. We want our head and our hips and our spine all in a line. And as we pull that towel, this is number 3, we're gonna go in as straight a line as possible. All right? We have that for 12. So I'm gonna stand sideways, I'm gonna pull that towel, gonna drop down into my squat, and I'm gonna come up, or sorry, drop into my deadlift, and I'm gonna squeeze to straight. Don't wanna lean back, all right? That's 1. Pulling on that towel up, that's 2. Keeping back flat, hips between knees and shoulders, head, back, and hips in a line, and towel going in as straight a line up and down as possible. Okay, pulling on that towel. Great stuff. I hope you feel that through your upper back. I'm going to say that's 10, 11, and 12. All right. Again, I'm sure I was challenged in keeping those positions all in proper alignment. So I hope you had fun with that. We're going to be doing it again. All right, so gonna get our towel. And if you have a mat handy, you can dig that out. We're gonna stick it on the floor. We're gonna do some Superman lifts. However, they are gonna be our legs only. So we're gonna get into position and we're going to tighten that stomach, draw that navel up so that we're not arching our back. We're gonna lift one leg up and then the other. All right, so we've got 12 each side. Here we go. It's 1, 2, 3. Look to keep those hips still. That's 4. What I mean by that is we don't want to be rocking. Just the leg comes up. 7. Keep that tummy tight. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Great. Okay, so now we have our tubing. And the way that we're going to use our tubing is for a chest press. What I like to do is, instead of having the tubing over my arm, I like to take my thumb and put it over top so that it is underneath my arm so that it doesn't really kind of scrape my forearms. But if you do have it a little higher, then perhaps maybe you'd like it above. But because I have it at hip height, I'm gonna have it underneath. Now, we're going to perform a chest press. So chest press is just that push-up motion, if you will. We're gonna be pressing. What we're gonna do, because of the tension on the band, there might be this struggle to stay upright. One way that we can combat that is just by placing one foot forward, nice proud chest, okay? I'm gonna push our hips forward so that they're underneath our shoulders, and we're going to chest press, all right? We're not gonna lean into it, just our arms are moving. All right, we're gonna do 6 on one leg, 6 on the other. Let's go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My apologies, let's switch sides. We'll do 7 on the other side as well. Pushing out, that's 1, 2, keep those shoulders down, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Great. All right, now with the tubing, if you felt that you could have done more, Great thing is you can always move further away. If you found that it was a little too hard, we can always move back, or we can take a little bit of resistance off and use less band. All right? Okay, so let's grab a drink. We'll get ready for those sliders. Okay, so we've got our sliders. If you don't have sliders, if you're on a tile floor or a floor that doesn't have a rug, wood floor, you just have a sock, you can do that as well, all right? Just something that we can slide on. All right, so we're gonna be using our sliders, and we're going to be putting weight on one side. We're gonna drive out at 3 o'clock. We're gonna come back. We're gonna go back at 4 o'clock and come back. That's 1. All right, we're gonna do 10 on each side. All right, so here we go. 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're on. Great. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one. Is that leg starting to burn a little? Good, done. Shake it out. All right, got the balls of our feet. So our toes are on the slider. And waiting on that leg. So we got out to the side and then back at, so we've got 9 o'clock this time if you're looking at that side on the clock. And then we're gonna go to 7 o'clock. Or sorry, 8 o'clock. All right, so here we go. We've got side, back, 1, 2, 3, chest up, head up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, that's definitely starting to get tired. That's gonna hurt tomorrow. All right, so now to stretch that area out a little bit, we're going to do a bear crawl out with a knee drive. So what that's gonna look like, a nice wide position, gonna squat down, gonna walk out, we're going to bring one knee forward and then the other knee forward. And then we're gonna walk back and up, and that's 1. We've got 6. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. You'll notice that, or maybe notice that I'm driving my knees out. That's just giving me a different angle for my hip to work at. I'm gonna bring it back inside now for 4. And nice flat back as we go out. 5. And last one. Excellent work. Another drink. Okay. All right, so we are back at our square for our fast feet. And if you remember, we went in, out last time. This time we're going to go out, in. We're going to go backwards, in, and then out, in, forwards, in. All of that is 1, all right? And we're gonna do that 4 times around, take a rest, do it again. All right, so here we go. Out, in, back, out, in, forward, back. That's 1. 2, 3, 4. All right. Shake it out. Oh. And I need to be lighter on my feet today. So that's going to be my thought for this next set. All right, lighter on my feet. I hope everybody is. And here we go. Out, in, back, out, in, forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great stuff. All right, let's grab those towels. And we have our deadlifts again. So if you remember our cues, our hips are between our knees and our shoulders. Our head, our back, and our hips are in a straight line. And our towel is going to travel a straight line. All right, or as straight a line as we can. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go off on a bit of an angle here. Let's see how that works. All right, so hip width apart with my feet, down, up, pulling on that towel. Let's see tension on that towel. That's 2, 3. Now another thing you can think of is once you drop into your deadlift, instead of thinking of picking something up for 4, let's think of pushing the floor away like you're on a leg press. 5, great. That just engages a different mechanism, gets those legs, which are the really big drivers in this exercise. 7, 8, squeezing those glutes and straightening up. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Great. I hope you were having lots of tension on that towel. If you need a quick water break, please feel free to do that while you're grabbing your mat and towel, as we've got our Supermans again. All right. So we're down. I'm gonna tighten that tummy and leg up. Other side, that's 1. Leg up 2, 3, 4, left, right, 5, 6, 7. Pretend someone's pulling your foot away from you. 8, so you're getting nice long extension. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Great. All right, come on up. Hopefully you're not feeling too much grief in your lower back because we were engaging those abdominals and drawing that belly button in. So we weren't getting too much back arch as much as we were getting hip extension. All right. So putting that mat away and getting ready for our next chest press. And again, handle walking under thumb, and I get my grip. This time, what we're gonna be doing, you might wanna stand a little closer to start. What we're gonna do is we're gonna lunge out, chest press, and back. All right, we're gonna do 8 on each side. You can alternate if you like, or you can stick with one side, whichever you prefer. Okay, we're gonna have a nice proud back and chest, and we're going to step out, drive those hands at shoulder height, and back. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keep those shoulders down, 7, 8, and I almost went out into 9. Let's switch legs. Unless you were alternating every time. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, keep those hips under your shoulders. 5, we don't want to be leaning into this. 6, 7, and last one, 8. Great stuff, everybody. All right, let's grab a drink. We'll get ready for our cool down. So, I hope you've enjoyed today's workout and all the new movements, pieces of equipment, or locations for said pieces of equipment. All right, so we're gonna go with our forward, backwards, overhead reach. A little slower this time. Just a nice, easy reach up. We're gonna step back and through. That's 1. And 2. You may notice that after the workout, your body moves a little easier. There's more control. And what maybe felt a little stiff and creaky in the beginning isn't so stiff and creaky anymore. All right, other side. That's 1. 2. 3. And 4. Great. Okay. Now we have our lateral lunge that we've been doing in the past. So what that looks like is our lunge, our reach, and our extension. All right. 4, 4. Okay, I'm gonna sit down into that leg and extend. That's 1. 2. 3. And 4. Great. And opposite side, step, reach, sitting down, extending up. Great. Pulling those shoulders back together. And 3. And that's 4. All right, shaking it off. We're gonna do our little spinal roll. So that is that movement where we're just going to allow our hands, just nice relax, knees bent. Just gonna allow those hands to just slide down, round down. Great, and then just slowly coming back up. Great, that's 1. Let's do 3 more. That's 2. 3. 4. and 4. Great. Let's make it down to the ground. We're going to get that wide lunge position. We're going to place our hand down on the ground in front of our other hip. And have a nice big stretch, reaching up and through. That's 1. And reaching down and through. 2. Three. And 4. All right. Take it to the other side. Here we have our nice lunge where we're getting into that stretch in the front hip and reaching back through. It's 1. And 2. It's 3. And 4. Great. Now let's just take a little bit of a seat and do a little 90-90 stretch for our hips. So I've got 90 degrees, 90 degrees, and 90 degrees. I'm going to take the center of my chest, my sternum, down to my knee. Nice flat back. You feel that in your glutes or your buttocks. Now, I hope that, you found this workout to be a little more challenging than what we've been doing. Obviously, we upped the ante in the number of repetitions that we were doing, as well as increasing the challenge throughout the circuits. And that is really, let's take it over to the other side. That is the way things are going to be working over the next several weeks as we enter this next series of training sessions. So again, I've got 90, 90. I'm using my square to help keep those angles, and just gonna take that flat back down. All right, let's take that into a child's pose now. So, just gonna sit back on our heels, put those hands out in front, and just relax. Just sag back. Feel the stretch all through your lats and upper back after all of that tension work and eccentric work that we did on the isometric work that we did with the towel. All right, come on up. All right, so that wraps up another week of workouts. Again, hope you have a chance to revisit them a few more times throughout the course of the next few days and increase the resistance. Again, move out a little further from your attachment point to increase the resistance. If you don't have more tubing, if you only have that one piece of tubing, what you can do is you can start extending your position away from it to get more work and challenge. So I hope you have a great week. Take care of yourselves. And until next time, keep sweating. Take care. Bye.